created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
Let's go to Amir MDI. Please give us some examples of PCT protocols and differences between HCG and HMG usage.
You know, I don't use HMG for standard PCT protocol because HCG mimics the hormone luteinizing hormone, which directly stimulates the testicles to produce testosterone. HMG stimulates or simulates the hormone FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, that causes the testicles to produce sperm. Now, you could indirectly influence sperm production by producing testosterone locally in the testicles. When we do PCT, the goal is not to raise sperm count, it's to raise testosterone endogenously, in other words, in the testicles. So your body naturally starts producing it. So you don't really need to use HMG, and HMG is much more expensive than HCG. So we use HCG. Usually we do 2 weeks of that, 2,000 IUs every third day, 5 shots, and then we'll go to do some sort of an estrogen receptor blocker. Whether we use Clomid or we use Nolvadex, it doesn't matter. It's 50 milligrams a day of Clomid or 20 milligrams or 10 milligrams of actually tamoxifen twice a day if you want to use that, and do that for 2 weeks. And that will turn the pituitary on. So we first stimulate the testicles, then we turn the pituitary on, and then we're usually good to go. If, however, I get someone who contacts me and says, hey, Dave, I'm looking to get my wife pregnant. I want to increase my fertility as well as, I'm coming off a cycle. Then we use the HMG as well, because the HMG will directly stimulate the testicles to start producing more sperm. We'll also use, usually injectable glutathione, which will raise, the ability of the sperm to swim. So it increases their motility. And then I always use like a really good quality multivitamin, multimineral, like my V Mineralize, to make sure that the sperm's morphology, or how they're formated or how they're formed, is ideal. Because if there's not enough minerals and vitamins around, a lot of times the sperm can swim and they're there. They don't have the right shape, and then they can't fertilize the egg. So you want to address all that. I've been giving out my baby making protocol for free to anyone who emails me for years now. And I can't tell you how many people come up to me. Someone came up to me at the Olympia, actually. I think I told the story, and they actually said this. They showed me the baby they just had, and they had been trying for years. And they did the day Palumbo protocol, and it worked in, I think, a couple months. So if anyone has an issue, let me know. But as far as PCT goes, no reason to use HMG.
Let's go back to, I was looking for this question from Mike Molinaro. Are there any negative effects of stacking HGH and T3 together?
No, other than the fact that, you might increase your metabolism too fast. You got to remember, when you take GH, okay, growth hormone, one of the, I guess, I don't know if it would be considered a side effect, or one of the effects of GH is that it actually causes your inactive thyroid hormone, known as T4, or thyroxine, to convert to T3 at higher rates. So if you look at someone who's been on GH for a while and you look at their thyroid function tests, usually what you see is normal TSH, okay, low T4, which people think is bad, but it's really not, because that's inactive thyroid. And then you see higher T3, much higher T3. So because you're converting more T4 to T3, which of course is going to tell the pituitary, don't release more TSH. So TSH will never be high in that situation. It might even be a little low, but your T3 will be higher, which is obviously good, because it means that you're going to be burning fat optimally. If you throw T3 on top of that while you're trying to grow, you might have trouble. But obviously, while you're dieting for a competition, we use T3 all the time with clenbuterol and GH. So obviously, you want to optimize as much fat burning as possible. But I always tell people, be very careful of doing that in the off season. I would not recommend using any thyroid hormone or clenbuterol for that matter, because of the fact that you're already going to have high T3 levels, and it's going to make it very hard to eat enough food.
Let's go to Alan and Minch. Is it safe to inject 2 ml into the shoulder, 1 ml test, 1 ml EQ, trying to avoid separate injections?
Yeah, that's fine. I always tell people, if you're taking your anabolic steroid shots, put them in one syringe. It's silly to have to start poking yourself all over your body, you know, unless that's what you're into, you know what I mean? I think it's much easier just to put them into one shot. And, you know, obviously you don't want to put more than 3 ml into one area, because then you have a bit bigger chance of maybe not absorbing it, maybe getting like a sterile abscess because the oil gets trapped. So you don't want to put too much in one area. So 3 mLs is about the max.